music of Batman, like the movies themselves, has come a long way since the days of Adam West and 1966. In this video, I want to look at a whole bunch of Batman themes from a musical notes point of view, from the notes that make up the themes, and see what we can learn from them as musicians, as guitar players, from the most recent movie, The Batman, through Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, all the way back to the 1966 theme. So I want to start with the 66 theme because it is just iconic, everybody knows it, and it does actually have one of the darkest intervals of music, the augmented fourth. I mean, that is the Black Sabbath interval. So even from the earliest days of Batman music, even with the campiness, there is some darkness there, but it's all about the tone of it. And when I mention tone, I don't mean guitar tone, I mean the tone or the vibe of the movie and the music itself, because the musical themes are actually all very similar when you just reduce them to their actual notes and intervals. The most recent movie, The Batman, has the following musical theme when we reduce it down to just its core notes. The interval it's using is a descending interval from a B flat down to an F sharp note, which is going down by a major third. So 2 whole steps to the major third, which is really dark. Perhaps inspired by Something in the Way by Nirvana, which is heavily featured in the movie, and uses an F down to a C sharp. Obviously detuned to make it sound even darker. To play like the original, you'll need to be in drop C tuning. We take the low E all the way down to C, A string down to G, down by 1 whole step, D down to C. First finger, fret 4. Back to the main theme from The Batman. It is reminiscent of the Imperial March theme from Star Wars. And the reason is, it uses the same interval. It uses the notes in a different way. It doesn't ever go to that kind of ascending minor third. It doesn't ever go there. But there's certainly an influence there, just like the Imperial March, the Darth Vader theme, is kind of based on the Death March. Both start in the same way, and they use similar intervals based around a minor scale. Now to me, the gold standard of Batman themes has to be the Danny Elfman theme, Batman '89, from the Tim Burton movies. Those 5 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, are used to score the entire movie. The entire theme is those 5 notes played at different speeds on different instruments and transposed to different keys to be able to create all the music. So Elfman did the same thing with the Simpsons theme, which he also composed around the same time. What a legend. The Hans Zimmer movies were even more based on tone and vibe and just the sound. There's even one theme which is essentially for when Batman's chasing the Joker and the Joker's theme itself, where it's kind of just like one note or a bunch of notes constantly increasing in pitch on strings, on the brass section, and it kind of causes this tension which never quite relents. It's just always pulling and pulling and pulling, increasing that tension while ever that music is playing. It's very, very powerful. The main Batman theme itself from the Hans Zimmer movies is kind of based on these big orchestral stabs. Again, using minor intervals and that minor to the major progression, like is evident in other Batman themes. Another theme from the Christopher Nolan movies is this pulsating rhythm, and then these long notes in the brass, which again use a minor third interval. These same ideas were recycled again for the Ben Affleck Batman themes, which were also composed by Hans Zimmer. However, just like Batfleck never got his own solo movie, in my opinion we never got a truly unique and identifiable theme for his Batman, which is a real shame. Batfleck was cool. An often overlooked Batman theme is the Elliot Goldenthal one from the Joel Schumacher Batman movies. And that film used the following theme. Based around similar intervals, but that first chord progression, it kind of uses the same thing as Something in the Way. It's using exactly the same intervals as the theme from the most recent Batman movie. In fact, maybe even more so, because that second chord is kind of, in this case it's C minor to G sharp minor. That G sharp minor is like old school horror movie. So there's a little bit of analysis of the themes of the Batman movies. Let me know your favourite Batman music, movies or actors in the comments below, and I hope to see you in another video.